Welcome to this section of the course. In this section of the course, we're going to talk about Azure Virtual Machines, or Compute as it's also known of. Azure Virtual Machines is a service that allows users to create and deploy virtual machines or VMs in Azure workload. These VMs can be used to run various workloads such as web applications, databases, and analytics. And there's some benefits of running a VM. It's scalability. Users can quickly and easily provision and scale VMs up or down based on their needs. It's flexible because users can have a wide variety of VM sizes, types to choose from to meet their specific requirements. It's very reliable as Azure VMs offer a high level of availability with built-in features such as automatic VM backups and redundancy options. You can integrate it because Azure VMs can easily be integrated with other Azure services such as Azure Backup and Azure Site Recovery. And then there's also security because Azure Virtual Machines offers a wide variety of security features, including built-in network security groups, data encryption options, and support for Azure Security Center. Let's look at some of the use cases for the specific VMs or compute services. Running enterprise applications. VMs can be used to run enterprise applications such as SAP, SharePoint, or SQL Server. Development and testing. Users can create and deploy VMs for development and testing purposes when creating test environments for new applications. Big data analytics. Now, VMs can be used to run big data workloads as Hadoop clusters or Apache Spark. Disaster recovery. Users can deploy VMs to serve as a backup for on-premises infrastructure, allowing for disaster recovery in case of outages. Some keywords to look for in the exam. They will probably talk about compute, virtual machines, scale sets, VM sizes, VM types, high availability, data encryption, and disaster recovery. Here's a little tip for you that you might need to remember for the exam. When choosing VM size, consider both the performance and cost, as a larger VM size offers better performance but also comes with a higher cost. Therefore, it's very important to have the right balance for your workload that meets your budget. Let's look at VMMS, Virtual Machine Scale Sets. It's quite obvious what it says. It's a service that allows you to automatically scale a group of identical virtual machines. It enables easy deployment and management of highly available and scalable applications on Azure. Now, there are benefits to having a VMMS. First one is obviously autoscaling, as you can scale a number of VMs based on predefined conditions, maybe CPU, memory, or network traffic. It's highly available, as it automatically distributes VMs across multiple fault domains, ensuring that your application is highly available and can tolerate hardware and software failures. It's easy management. So VM allows you to manage a group of VMs as a single entity, which makes it easy to deploy, configure, and manage your application. It's cost effective because it allows you to take advantage of a pay-as-you-go model where you can only pay for the resources that you use. Now, here are some use cases, and in practice you will most probably see these as the most common ones. The most common one is batch processing, where we allow batch processing jobs to require high performance compute services. Some web applications use it, where we host web applications that require auto-scaling based on demand. There is some gaming services that use this. When you host a game server that require auto-scale based on a number of players, and then obviously machine learning that needs a lot more computing services. Let's look at availability sets. Virtual machine availability sets are features in Azure that ensure high availability and reliability of virtual machines. An availability set is a logic grouping of two or more VMs distributed across multiple fault domains or racks and updated domains or stages. We'll look at fault domains and update domains a little bit later. Yep, like I said, we'll look at it later. So what is update domains? Update domains are used to ensure that not all VMs in an availability set are updated and restarted at the same time, thereby reducing the risk of downtime. Domains allow the distribution of VM across different groups, with each group being updated in sequence. By default, 5 update domains are created when an availability set is created. I'm going to repeat that last bit because you are going to get that on the exam. By default, 5 update domains are created when an availability set is created. What is a fault domain? Fault domains are used to ensure that VMs are not affected by hardware or network failures that can affect the rack of the underlying infrastructure. Fault domains provide a logical grouping of VMs that are isolated from each other, now thereby reducing the risk of downtime. Now, by default, we use fault domains with availability sets wherever possible. Now, we use the combined power of update and fault domains, which will make logically sense as you want to have an update domain and a fault domain to make sure you have combined availability of your software. With this combination of update and fault domains, VMs in an availability set are ensured to be distributed across multiple physical servers and network switches, providing high availability and reliability. In an event of a hardware network failure in one update domain or fault domain, the VMs in another domain continue to function. Using availability sets is recommended for any production workload running Azure virtual machines to ensure high availability and reliability.